That's a good Mexican mule right there. Welcome to Thirsty Words. But hey, fuck the introductions. Let's just get right into it. So unless you've been living under a rock, you have seen parts of Katt Williams' interview with Shannon Sharpe. Now, I don't know if y'all know about Club Shay and Shannon Sharpe's show. He interviews some of the most elite people in Hollywood, sports, and entertainment. It's a great show. But this episode has shook the internet. I love it, yo. The funniest is, let's start with this. Katt Williams goes at rickeysmiley hardcore for saying, I guess rickeysmiley for years has been going around saying that he originally had the Money Mike part and that Katt Williams was supposed to play Santa Claus. Let's just say Katt Williams was not feeling this shit at all.
You let rickeysmiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike.
Wait.
And Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now three quick points. You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the rickeysmiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
he shouldn't be able. You wouldn't let a athlete that been on steroids talk about one of the greats. Rickeysmiley can't act because rickeysmiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man, you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought he was...
Sir, no one... Why no... He was with KD? He beat up Terry Crews? Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood, they switched off roles. You take this and he... What? So rickeysmiley knows this, and I don't know why he would lose a child and come on the air and start lying. That's why people believe in rituals right there. It's because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie, but I can tell you this. We auditioned in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days? The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom, and that's what rickeysmiley was okay with. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that rickeysmiley was gonna play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? Why? And here's the other thing. Everything that Money Mike said, Katt Williams wrote. So what rickeysmiley say on his? You can't say my lines, I wrote them. That's how I already know that I'm gonna be funnier than you. What he told everybody was, Katt Williams, don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steve and Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now, then. He was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with rickeysmiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was rickeysmiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tylerperry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded because he said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie.
So
that he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the program.
So Katt just goes in on him, yo. Katt also went on Steve Harvey, yo, and said that Steve Harvey had a man piece.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good, baby, and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there.
I don't know, Katt. We might not let you drink anymore the way you. I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol. I've had a sip, less than you.
Is it true? And it looks like it is true. Because it looks like it is true. We have the evidence. Let's show the evidence. Oh, so Ricky Smiley and and Steve Harvey haven't responded yet. Steve Harvey don't gotta respond, yo. He just needs to sit his ass at home. But Cedric the Entertainer, he also went as Cedric the Entertainer. I guess on the Kings of Comedy had that one joke.
I want to protect him real quick, because you had said for the Kings of Comedy, it was in 2018, 2019, but did you mean 1999? Because it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
No, I didn't. No. So what I meant to say was, remember, he said I couldn't do stand-up anymore. I had 7 TV shows. I said he didn't have any of those TV shows at the time.
I know you talking about Cedric.
Joke stealing from Cedric.
Cedric.
Okay,
So you had said that 2018, 2019, but it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
Okay, no. What comes out in 2000?
The original Kings of Comedy.
Right. I'm on BET's Comic View, and they're using this as the commercial in 1998. Okay. That's why I'm saying, yeah. So if I said the dates wrong,
let's go back and clear that up.
Okay.
You said, I had Cedric on here, and I asked him about the joke stealing, and he said the timeline doesn't add up.
Correct.
To that point, you say.
Right. So he thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
Right.
It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial. So part of the commercial of make sure you tune in to BET was you seeing me doing this joke.
Right.
And this joke is one of those jokes in comedy where you set it up and it takes a little longer to set it up, takes about 3 minutes, but then you're just hitting them with jokes after that because you don't have to set it up.
Right.
Mark Curry had already helped me work on this joke because I thought it was good because I was getting a standing ovation on it. He had me go back in the lab and help me craft it to be an even more powerful joke. So this is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke.
Okay.
1998, I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy. And he's doing it verbatim. He's just changed my car into a spaceship. Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Katt 30 times, and Katt didn't do, as I stand before you, Shannon. I would have bust Cedric's stomach. There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that patch right there. Like, are you kidding me? Why would you downplay me like that? Why did I give you a pass if you were just gonna lie? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, they're all a group. Cedric, Steve, Ricky, they've been a group. Everybody knows that. They've been aligned. And there are these alliances in comedy. And if you stand against them, then they sometimes have a problem. But we don't let that change the content, because that's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
So, but for Ced to get on, to make a comment, and to be like, oh, I didn't steal the joke, I didn't steal the joke. I mean, and then to double down on it, honestly, he looked guilty. He just looked super guilty, man. Play that shit.
What up, y'all? What's up? It's Sid. I'm gonna address this Cat Williams thing one time, man. I saw people on there really commenting about that. Look, I have no idea what this brother is talking about. That joke is over 30 years old, close to 30-something years old. I did the Kings of Comedy in 1999. Probably have been doing that joke 6-7 years before that. I don't even know if Cat was doing comedy then. So, you know, again, he's a talented brother. I have no idea what he's talking about. I've never seen Cat do a space shuttle joke. So, you know, that may be something that he believes is true. I've written a lot of jokes. I've had a lot of comedians steal my jokes as well. So I understand if you feel, you know, slighted by that, but that's my joke. That's my joke, dog. Driving space shuttle to the moon, cigarette, cutie pie rocking in the background, parallel parking the space shuttle. It's my joke.
Then to find out that Steve Harvey basically stole the idea from Mark Curry of hanging with Mr. Cooper. It was an old show back in the day. And kind of created the Steve Harvey show around that. That's crazy to me. I never knew that. I never really paid attention enough to like notice the similarities in it. But now that I think about it, that is insane. That is fucking insane. I never noticed the similarities in it, but now I see the similarities. And it's crazy to me. It's crazy. So, you know, but for Cedric to double down and say, oh, I didn't, that ain't his joke, man, said, you looked so fucking guilty, bro. You looked guilty as hell, yo, for real. But the funniest, Steve Harvey got a man unit. He's like, we thought Steve Harvey had the crispest shape up in Hollywood. He got the man unit. For them to expose him and be like, hey, they're all a team. This is how they roll. And I love Katt Williams. Katt Williams is competitive. He says, just tell the truth. Say you're on this team. You don't like that team. And suit up, bro. Let's suit up, get ready. Let's get this comedy on, you know what I mean? Another thing that I really like that Katt Williams said, that like they've been pushing that Katt Williams narrative for a long time, is that Katt Williams is on drugs. He has come out and said he is not on drugs. He smokes weed and drinks liquor. So Katt Williams, is he on drugs? I don't think so, yo. I just think he's a hyper guy. I think he's kind of just really knows where he's going, and he's just adamant. And people hate, when you are hyper and adamant about where you're going in life, people hate that shit, yo. So another thing that Katt Williams said is that Kevin Hart is an industry plant, which is, I mean, I don't see it, but I kind of see it. So, one of the first movies that I really love of Kevin Hart is when he does the movie with Rockefeller that was produced by Dame Dash, with him and Beanie Siegel. That movie is dope, yo. Like, that movie is dope. So that's the first time I seen it. Whatever. Katt Williams knows a lot more about comedy than I do. That's the sport that he's in. You know what I mean? And I'm a rookie in this sport. So, like, I'll take his word for it. Like, you know what I mean? He's seen Kevin come up the whole time. And it's just funny the way he said that.
That's what they all end up saying at the end of the day. Kevin told you he wasn't going to wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you? It's okay. It's all right.
That Kevin didn't get in the dress till they offered him that check. And he was like, oh, I did it. It was my choice. Like, but obviously Katt Williams, they get into a dress, so they're not going to feminize him And I respect that, because I would have let Hollywood or somebody feminize me for a child. I don't care if it's 20, 30, $40 million. Like, Kevin Hart being an industry plant, hilarious. You know what I mean? Then he said Gary Owens. Why can't Gary Owens cross over and he's white? I always thought this. Why does Gary Owens always have such a problem crossing over? And he's a fucking white guy. I just don't understand. I mean, he's a white guy of white guys. You know what I mean? So I thought that was hilarious. But I like Gary Owens. I think he's a hilarious comedian. And like, I'm going to be going to see him because he's up on a schedule of a comedy club that I really like going to. Then he said Harvey Weinstein offered to suck his dick? What? This is crazy. In front of all of his peoples? That is insane. That's insane. I don't know what to think about this comment. It's crazy. It's just too much to take all at once. Pause. No homo. Whatever y'all want to say, whatever y'all be saying in your area of your city. But that's just a lot of information to take it at once. So it's like, whoa. But I mean, I don't know. That's none of my business. So another great fun fact is I didn't know is that Katt Williams actually did clean comedy for a long time. See, Katt Williams had said he lived so many different places that he knew how to work a white audience. He knows how to work a black audience. He knows how to work a Democrat audience. I mean, Republicans, and I see it. And God has a great sense of humor, yo. No matter what religion you are, you know, just know that God has a great sense of humor. And it's okay. It's even okay to laugh at everybody's misfortunes and everybody's fuck-ups. Just make sure you laugh at your misfortunes and your fuck-ups first, because we're all know better than nobody else. You know what I mean? Then this is another one that's kind of crazy. One of my favorite comedians, Michael Blackson, he said that he gave Michael Blackson one of the greatest advice, and that Michael Blackson like turned on him, like shit on him basically. And Michael Blackson been kind of going in on him a little bit about like this whole thing going on. You know what I mean? Michael Blackson been going in on a little bit.
Like, Katt is one of the most likable comedians. I don't give a fuck how much crack y'all think he smoked. And I didn't mean it like that, you know? Because everybody think he's some kind of a, you know, he on something.
I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, I interviewed Beanie Siegel when we talked about the whole incident at his concert. Remember where Katt tried to fight those guys and then they all jumped on him and everything else like that? I mean, that was Katt in his prime. I think right around that time, didn't he get into a fight with like a teenager, like in a schoolyard? He got choked out. Like there was just a lot of just
There's
insanity.
a lot of stuff. So people think, you know, about me, whenever something, just coming from another country and coming to America, I just know that drugs are responsible for everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? You see somebody, you skin, you're a crackhead.
You're all on drugs.
Stupid, you're a crackhead. Why you asking me? Why you talking to me like everything is
Everyone's a crackhead.
Everyone has a crackhead. So right. I didn't mean like I've never seen this guy do no drugs.
Yeah, me neither.
I never seen him do one piece of drugs. So if he donate that, you know, that's on him or whatever. I never seen it. It was just me of saying a way American we think when somebody act a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Another funny thing is that when he was talking to Ludacris, you know what I mean? And did y'all see the Ludacris freestyle? He'll play that shit.
Whatever's heavy on my heart is always on my mind. Like Snoop's cannabis shredder, I'm always on my grind. They throwing shade cause niggas could never take my shine. I bring my watch collection on my jet, let me take my time. Like fine wine, I'm aging like Benjamin. Top 5, I'm worth mentioning. Bring me rappers, I'm lynching them. See the pendulum swing, Jesus with diamond thorns. Ludacris, swaddled in Gucci linens when I was born. Never been Illuminati, only a Ludanati. And I only left with bitches when coming from any party. Now I'm married with kids, the evolution of life. Never been a clout chaser, never say shit for likes. R.I.P. John Singleton. You never have to flex when you earn every one of your Fast and Furious checks. Afro with the sideburns, yeah, that's my signature. Addictions on the rise, comedians check your temperature.
But Katt is so funny, yo. Katt's like...
Are you related to Luda?
No, so there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person, they said, was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Katt Williams. Now, one person ended up with a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife that's never done a... Remember I told you that if I say that, it applied to 7 people?
Yes.
It's part of what they give you. Okay? I didn't get it. I'm not mad about it.
How much money they give? 200?
Sir, Fast and Furious is on what number right
10.
now?
10 more. 200 million. I might need to get me one of them old women look the same.
Just the way Katt be going in on their wives, yo, that shit is fucking hilarious. He's like, that's what you get, that's what they give you. And I didn't know Luda was making $10 million a movie. He making $10 million for each Fast and the Furious? Shit, damn, all right. I didn't know that Katt Williams grew up religious. I didn't really know, and left his house early. You know, I love the way Katt Williams was giving Ice Cube his flowers and really sticking up for Cube. I love it. Hey, let's play the Cube real quick. So I'm gonna play the Cube, show Cube real quick, talk about the whole situation.
What's cracking? It's your homie Ice Cube. Just wanted to address a few things. You know, everybody been checking out the internet. My man Katt Williams. You know, first of all, I just want to say, you know, we shot that movie over 20 years ago. So, you know, people have different perspectives, and it's been a long time. I also want to say, you know, every comedian that I've worked with, every comedian that I've put in a movie, I only put them in the movie because I thought they was funny. I thought they was perfect for the part. I tried to put them in a position to win. That's what it's all about, you know. I don't, you know, I look at from, you know, Chris Tucker and Berniemac and Mike Epps, Katt Williams, you know, Rickeysmiley, michealblackson, Cedric, kevinhart. You know, all these guys I know are funny as hell. You know, I didn't discover them. You know, they were doing their stand-up or doing their thing, and I knew that they were great and that they could act, and that, you know, if I have an opportunity, I was going to give them an opportunity. You know, to me, that's what it's all about. You know, as far as, you know, specific things, you know, Katt was 100 on a few things. Most of what he was saying, a couple things, you know, I just want to clarify. When we bring in a new, you know, comedian, we do have them try out for different roles. So Ricky did give Money Mike a shot. But when we saw him and, you know, we kind of saw how he moved and how he was, you know, auditioning, we decided that he would be a better, you know, Santa Claus, which was, to me, the perfect casting. When we saw Mike, damn, I call him Money Mike. When we saw Katt, you know, when I saw him, I just knew that he was perfect for Money Mike. And, you know, Katt, you know, said he wrote his role, which, I mean, the role was written, but he enhanced it. This is why Katt was so dope in the movie. You know, Money Mike had a small role, you know, about as big as the Santa Claus role, but when we start filming, he was giving us such magic that we kept expanding his role and giving him more to do because he was on point. You know, when we shoot these movies, you know, for one, the scripts are fire, or they wouldn't even do it. The scripts are laugh out funny. But we shoot the script, but once we get what we need from the script, we let the comedians ad-lib, riff, play with the words, do their thing. We give them a take where they can, or 2, 3 takes where they can go off and do what they feel. Sometimes it makes the movie, sometimes it don't. When somebody gives you jewels, you want to try to make sure that makes the movie. So in the movie, there's second thing I want to clear up. I would never shoot a rape scene in a movie, especially like Friday, where you actually see this happening on camera. That ain't my style. If you check out any of my movies, they not raunchy. We did a movie called Players Club where the subject matter was a little raunchy, but for the most part, even that, we left it to your imagination. So the only reason that kind of stuff was in the movie is because you have 3 villains in Friday After Next. You have Santa Claus stealing presents. You have Damon, just got out of prison, sweating. Craig and Dady for the rent money. And then you have Money Mike, a pimp that treats his woman, like a property. So Craig is always fighting the villains in the movie, from the Joker brothers to Debo. And so we already had Craig fighting Santa Claus. And the only real way to get rid of the other 2 villains was to have them go against each other. And the plier joke was always in the script, was never, we would never ever show that, that's not my style if you look at any of my movies. So, that was never a discussion, we, at that point in everybody's career, we would listen to a certain extent, but we wasn't gonna change the movie for any actor. We do what we feel, and if it was a rape scene, it would have been in the movie. There was no reason not to shoot it. But that's not my style. I don't even like that kind of shit in movies, on camera. And so, that was, to me, a little discrepancy there. Katt, he wrote a lot of his part because, like I said, he was giving us jewels, so we were keeping the camera rolling. He was coming off the dome. He was coming prepared every day to steal the show. That was his mission. And, that's what he did, with the movie. And it launched his career, And I'm proud of the movie. I'm proud of all the guys who've, come through, a Q Vision production and went on to do bigger and better things. And look, a lot of people are talking about pay and how much they was paid on these movies that were extremely low budget. Most of these guys work a couple of days, and when you're doing a movie, there's over 100 people working on the movie that need to get paid. Most of them got to get paid every day. And there's pre-production and post-production. Even after you finish with the actors, you got to pay editors and sound people. And my movies are all about quality. So most of the money go up on the screen. I'm not giving you no bullshit. I'm not giving you no low budget, shit you can laugh at because it's so cheap. So, we try to put all the money on the screen. And so any actor that's mad at what they got paid, just look at what you was doing. Look at where your career was at the time. Take a look at where it is now. And Friday has something to do with that, I believe. And I put a lot of people in movies, but they ain't never put me in a movie. So you could take that for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? I've given a lot of these guys opportunities And I still act, so I'm waiting for a call. I ain't got to produce everything or write everything. I got love for all the comedians that I've worked with. Got, much love for Katt. He spoke up for me a lot. And I just wanted to be clear and clarify some things. And shit, man. I hope y'all have a good 2024. Yeah.
So then Katt goes on to talk about that he was, I guess, trying to write the next Friday for Icecube. That's pretty dope. You know what I mean? But he said, they missed John Witherspoon at his hard without Pops. And then another fun fact he said that Chris Tucker, who's one of the greatest of all time, never wanted to be the poster boy for marijuana or smoking weed, which we all kind of knew already. But it's funny, he said in the Chris Tucker we got now ain't smoky, it's the it's the Epstein Island Chris Tucker, which is crazy. Oh, too funny. Another funny thing that he said about Chris Tucker is, I guess he was Michael Jackson's friend, and Michael Jackson called him Christmas. He said, you ever had a grown man call you a nickname like that? Me neither. Oh man. And then he also talks about Kevin Hart being a gatekeeper. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I mean? A lot of people say they're not gatekeepers. I'm not a gatekeeper. He bought Tiffany Haddish in, made her famous. At least he's doing things though. You know what I mean? Then he talked about Tyler Perry. Even went on Tyler Perry and said, that he said all of Tyler Perry's cast, he said they could all walk in the mall without security. That basically Tyler Perry ain't helped make nobody famous, ain't do nothing with his time, ain't help nobody. So you know what I mean? It's crazy. Hollywood's a fucked up place, but we don't see a lot of it. We just see the movies and the smiles for the cameras, but we don't see the behind the scene, and the people not getting paid what they deserve. And you know what I mean? Hollywood's a fucked up place, especially if you ain't negotiating for yourself. You know what I mean? Another thing that's crazy is I didn't know that Katt Williams books his own shows, hires the comedians, finds the venues. I didn't know he did all that by himself, yo. I give him stupid props for that, yo. I give him stupid, crazy props for that, for running his own business the way he does, yo. Because it's I see Katt Williams touring all the time, yo. He probably came to my area maybe I'm in a little B city, but he probably came here 3-4 times already. I don't like going to see comedians at big venues, yo. That shit it's not hitting to me, yo. He said that Martin, that they were homeboys, and Martin was like, I want you to be in my movie, and he was like, I'm gonna be in the movie, and that Martin was like, they pitched Big Mama 2 to him. Roll that shit, yo, roll that shit.
Some of these people...
Martin tried to put me in my first dress. When he had to go on his hiatus, he tell me, Katt, when I come back, I need you. You my young partner, you my brother in comedy. When I come back, just promise me that my next movie, it'll be me and you. We gonna do it together. We gonna do some buddy cop shit. I said, Martin, you got my motherfucking word, my nigga. Go do what you gotta do. When you come back, I'm in your movie. Don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing. We get in that office and this fool pull out Big Mama's House 2. I almost died. And I gotta read this script from all these good white people, where this nigga want me to get in a dress with him. And I'm literally saying to everybody, why is he in a dress again? You already played the old lady as an FBI agent. We can play anything now. We can be playing a dog catcher this time. Why do we need to be in a dress? And I get so mad, I say, you don't want me. You want Brandon T. Jackson. And that's who they went and got. Twice I said it, they went and got him. Just like I'm telling you, I had that other dude's work. I had all of it. All I did was say, I want to punch it up so it's not offensive to real niggas. And that's how I got in this position.
I sure hope I have a Club Shay after this air.
Another dope thing he talked about was being friends with Prince. I didn't know he said he was friends with Prince since he was 12. That's fucking crazy. That's awesome, yo. He gave Earthquake his props, even though he said Earthquake can't read and that he can't act because he can't read. But he's a hilarious comedian. Katt Williams blesses so many people, and that he doesn't really talk about it. You know what I mean? He keeps it all kind of to himself.
One lady came up this house and was like, oh, okay. He was asking her, was she all right? This, that, and the third. She was like, no, I ain't all right. I got to get this, that, and that done. and to my house and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, she said something about how she liked the cat coat. He came right out the gym, full-length mink. Like him and all the security had mink coats. He made them take off their coats. He took off his coat, gave it to her. Somebody else came up, and then he was like, oh, he took the dogs, put them back on the bus, ran back on the bus, came out with a briefcase and gave the lady the money. He came back to the spot. Now people coming out, different houses and all that. He got the briefcase, went in there, put the money in his pocket, in his hoodie. And I believe, if not both of them, one of them big niggas took they coat off. He gave it to somebody. This was giving the money. Now I know what money is. 10. He talking and he look, get our money. He go down the joint, he inquiring on houses. He trying to buy 3 houses on the block. He walk back up the block, go that way. By the time he came back, he had no money on. That was like 200.
I knew he adopted 7 kids, but I didn't know. That's crazy that he really was on it like that. You know what I mean? Katt Williams said he prefers working with women over men, which I'm going to keep it a buck. I feel him, yo. I feel him. I'm not going to lie. When you got a bunch of women working for you and there's a man leader, the women usually work really well around that man. Now, when it's a bunch of women and there's a woman boss, it kind of gets, you know what I mean, it's kind of gets kind of weird, you know what I mean? But when there's a man boss, I noticed that women really click to that really well. And I think dudes are wonderful, cool, y'all is cool shit, but y'all are disorganized, too disorganized for me. I don't want to be around a bunch of dudes all day. I'd rather be around a bunch of pretty girls, you know what I mean, pretty smart girls. And I feel you. I want to work around women too. I don't want to work around a bunch of men, for real. You know, another thing that Katt Williams said Katt Williams said his net worth isn't right. He said he had that in it. He said, when I see my net worth, I had that on me. I like it. I like it a lot, yo. He also went into talking about Nick Cannon and saying he knew Nick Cannon since he was a little boy, and he gave Nick Cannon his props, which I really like, because honestly, Nick Cannon gets a lot of bad, like, he don't get no credit. He gets bad publicity, like, you know what I mean? But I like Nick Cannon, yo. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I like Nick Cannon, yo. Katt says he likes the new generation of comedians, you know, the Desi Banks, the Country Waynes, the Carloses, the DC Young Flies, and Just Hilariouses, you know. He was talking about Matt Rife and Jonathan Majors, which was pretty crazy. I guess he still has a relationship with Suge Knight, which is dope. You know, he goes in on politics, which I kind of liked, you know what I mean? I kind of like. Then they was asking him about why Mark Zuckerberg is building his big fortress or whatever, and you know, I mean, I like what he said about that. I like what he said about that. And then, like towards the end, which I love because he is one of my favorite comedians of all time. Katt Williams stuck up for Berniemac, yo, which I love, and the way he stuck up for Bernie.
Consider yourself a king of comedy? Where does Katt?
No, they consider that.
Oh,
like when after Bernie left, them same 3 guys I'm telling you about, the kings.
Yeah.
Right? Because DL is the greatest.
Yeah.
There's no DL slander gets tolerated. But they came to me. I was supposed to be the 4th king. I got the offer.
Then what happened?
But I turned it down.
Why?
Because you shit on Bernie. And I know the truth. You think I'm gonna let you shit on Bernie and then come get me? I'm the next king? Fuck you. Why? Because the whole time Bernie was here, you was acting like you was funnier than him. The reason you was supposed to go last is because it was your tour. Tell the truth. It was Steve's tour. Not it was going to be called the Kings of Comedy. It was Steve's tour. These are the guys opening for him. Of course you got to close if it's your tour. That's why it was such a big deal. But you couldn't do it because you can't beat the best. And until you humble yourself, you will forever be kinged by the king. And because you finally did it, because you didn't have no other choice, and now that he gone, you gonna act like he wanted to be a movie star. You stop it. You stop it. That man was funnier than all of y'all, and y'all thought y'all had one over on him. You thought he was black and ugly, and you were good looking, and he couldn't make it because you did. And that ain't the way comedy works. The king is the funniest. Period. Every time. And that's why no audience member was ever swayed. It didn't matter where Bernie went. You think if Bernie went first, he wasn't the king? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get your ego out of this. You let the best be the best, right?
Katt Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
So that was the Katt Williams interview, yo. It was an insane interview. It was great. Hey, this is if it's all a publicity stunt and it's all a lie and bullshit, like Kevin Hart is saying, then yo, more power to you. More power to you, Katt. You know, cheers to you, for real, from Thirsty Words.
Quit believing everything you goddamn hear. Shit. Believe in yourself. I don't believe shit until shit happens. You know, no, I can't believe the fucking kids. Everybody talking about kids. Everybody talking about how bad kids is. You know it's bad. But see, you can't say kids bad. I say it for you. These motherfuckers bad. I will fuck a kid up. Don't get mad at me. I'm just saying what you can't say. You feel the same goddamn way I feel. Some bitch kids too goddamn smart for me. Sassy, talking head, shaking and shit. Talk to the hand, talk to the hand. So I'm from the old school, I'll kick a kid ass. When a kid get 1 year old, I believe you got the right to hit him in the throat or the stomach. If you're grown enough to talk back, you're grown enough to get fucked up. Don't tell me all this here. See, it ain't the kid, it's us. See, we're some punk-ass parents, see. See, we the puss-ass parents today. See, I need to go back in the old school because there ain't no grandmamas no more. Ain't that a bitch? See, ain't no grandmama. Remember Big Mama? See, Big Mama gone. See, you're a grandmama now. What, you 24? Great-grandmama 36. Talking about I ain't babysitting shit. I never thought that I had to revert to all sex. You know, because I was a hammer, you know what I mean? Now I'm all sexer now, you know? You know, I ain't nothing but the nail now, I ain't the hammer, you know? Ain't that a goddamn shame? But boy, you gotta know what you're doing, all sex, man. See, every woman, see, I'm gonna tell you something. All sex is part of life, don't make you a bad person. Everybody in here, every woman here love all sex, y'all lie. See, if a man came and touched you on your titty or put his hand on your ass, they come back with the police. That's the motherfucker right there. That's the freak rapist motherfucker, that's him right there. But if you whisper in a woman's ear, say, girl, I sure like to eat your ass. Watch, she ain't gonna say shit. She ain't gonna go get no police. You crazy that a motherfucker. When you wanna do it. And if you ain't doing sex, if it ain't done right, it'll make you fight. Women, if you don't do it right, women get mad at you and men get mad at you. If you're doing all sex, a woman tell you to get up in a minute. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Stop, 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 stop. Go on over there and sit down. I do it my motherfucking self. Go on, sit down. You sitting there watching. Men too. When we get all sex and ain't done right, we get mad. If a woman give you a head, ain't nothing wrong because we all grown. If a woman give you a head, it's a part of life. Especially when it's with your man, with your wife, or whatever it is. If you like somebody and your woman doing it, it's different. If she ain't doing it right, it's a fight. You know, she give you, hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. Your broke tooth is cutting it. It's jagged, it's jagged, it's jagged. Don't tell me how to suck it. I know what I'm doing. I'm just saying you're cutting it. It's tender. Oh, you argue. Just like when sex, you argue. If you move it, when a woman tell you, right there, she mean right there. Don't move it. Your back be hurting like a son, bitch. Don't. Right there. You be saying yourself, I be glad when this bitch come. You be tired. You be right there. Don't move it. That's when you lock it. Don't move it. You just lock it and squeeze it hard. Yeah, that's it, that's it. That's it. All sex the same way. Ooh. Ooh.